This image kind of shows you the proximity of project row houses to downtown. So it's very close and it has very important real estate values. And this kind of gives you the proximity of how things are. Okay, so this is the project row houses location here. And we're in the middle of a triangle between downtown, the University of Houston and another university here, the Texas Medical Center, Rice University, and the Museum District. And so we're right in the middle, and everybody's pushing into this way as opportunities for development. In fact, this blue area here was included as a part of this broader neighborhood, but now it's all developed with new townhomes. So it's called, it has a different name as a neighborhood. So that little orange section I showed you consists of about 20 blocks, and so, 35 blocks. And so this is where the original houses were. And so we expanded ourselves to buy property all in here, and these blocks over here, and then some scattered sites throughout. But what also is important that we also look at the other institutions as resources, such as a school, and a school here, there's a hospital here, and a number of churches. So within this 35 block now, we have an association that can continue to use some level of control on how the neighborhood develops. And this is important because in Houston, we have no zoning, so it's free for people to do whatever they want. So you have to really work hard to get people to share your vision in order to develop your neighborhood the way that you'd like. Oops. So once we started to buy additional properties, then we were able to engage in the fifth part of this project, which is economic sustainability. So we started to look at how we could design houses that were that really fit with the existing houses, that wasn't, that didn't depart too far, but added more density and opportunities for people to live. But equally important in this project is the public space and the open space in terms of how people gather on the exterior of the houses. And we also looked at the scale, though, of trying to always do large and small, because trying to keep the continuity between the scale of old and the scale of new, and also looking at preserving old houses and adding new ones. Which also led us to this possibility of also taking the small commercial buildings and looking at opportunities to develop those into community spaces, office spaces, and those such things. This is an old ballroom building that had a great history of the music of the Third Ward, which a lot of great musicians have come from there. People like Sam Lightnin Hopkins grew up in this neighborhood, and he performed in this building. And so we started to look at how we could move this building back into public life. But to start, we started with the old musicians and people that knew this place, and they performed in it from the 40s onward. But also looking at opportunities for generating income and opportunities for people in the community. We work with artists and encourage them to engage in developing kind of social entrepreneurial projects. And this is a bike shop that was put together by a group of artists that was set up to be able to get more bikes available for people in the neighborhood. But another important part of what this project has been about also is generating also kind of public campaigns in terms of highlighting people's awareness of the importance of their neighborhood and helping them feel a sense of ownership. So this project, Third Ward is Our Home and It's Not For Sale, was a campaign that we helped the community put together to respond to real estate developers who were coming to the neighborhood, telling people that their homes had no value, they're ugly homes, and that they should sell them and move out. But we were able to generate a lot of thinking around the importance of this neighborhood, to the point that Many people who were intending to sell their property, they sold it to us for very minimal cost so that it would be protected from large developers. But even the idea of taking the importance of this neighborhood into the broader city. So often community groups, they actually participate in parades and letting people know about this neighborhood. This is another project by a couple of artists that created something that's called, they call it the Feel Guide, basically suggesting to people that this is your little passport to your neighborhood. You're the ambassadors, and so when people come to the neighborhood, they get this little guide. They want to know where things are. You are the ambassador. So it's a way of building a sense of importance for people within the neighborhood. Now, before I close, I want to just go back to this image because a lot of talk, I think I heard some talk yesterday about the importance of community engagement and how I think someone questioned sometimes how real is the community engagement? Is it just a process that we do because it's been known that you're supposed to do it? Or is it really a way to listen and understand what is going on with people? And so for me as an artist, it became important for me and the staff of Project Row Houses that everyone who's working there, it's a charge for them to figure out how they position themselves within the neighborhood so that it's, community meetings are okay, but it's much better when you are having conversations with people in their own environment. If they're having a cookout, that you're invited so you can get to hear what people are thinking, or playing dominoes. So it's something that I became a big fan of, that I had to learn to play dominoes so that I could get invited to every domino game and I get to hear and know what's going on in the neighborhood.